What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Talking About Baseball. I am talking about baseball, I guess. I don't know what I was supposed to say there. But today we are going to be talking about the Braves GM and how he is an absolute genius. So, as you may know, the Braves have an absolute star-stacked team. These young stars are all over the diamond, but they include Max Fried, Spencer Strider, and Kyle Wright on the pitching side. We're going to start off there. So the rookie Strider was given a large contract extension as a rookie, but pretty cheap for the quality of a pitcher he is. Strider was signed for 6 years, earning $75 million in total, and Strider is an absolute beast. He strikes out players all the time. He is on my fantasy team. I love him on my fantasy team. He gets me a ton of strikeouts. He's just an absolute dog out there on the mound. He was a slight reliever for a bit last year, so I hope that's not a problem with stamina issues. I'm sure it won't be. But Spencer Strider, absolutely insane. He will not be a free agent until 2030, so they have a solid pitcher locked up for the next 7 years. The other two are as top of the line as Strider, and the first one we're going to talk about is Max Fried. He is nearing free agency, and he may be a pitcher who has to leave, but a big Brave strategy is to extend players for cheaper while they're still younger. And Fried wasn't really that good when he was younger, so they didn't really get a chance to extend him at that point. But with all the other extensions on the books, letting Fried go might be the best choice, because they also have prospects like Bryce Elder and Jared Schuster getting more opportunities this year. The next one that we're going to talk about is Kyle Wright. He's still just 25 years old and will most likely earn an extension during the season or off-season. When you move on to offense, though, it gets even better. They have 6 of the 9 spots of the batting order filled up for relatively cheap with their standards until at least 2028. All of those players, all of those 6 of 9 spots on the batting order filled through 2028. Also, they just signed Orlando Arcia, so if you want to call it 7, I guess you could. Also, I do just want to mention this video is going to be a bit shorter than usual. But anyway, starting at backstop, we have Sean Murphy. He was just traded for in a steal of a trade. They pretty much gave up nothing to get him. And right as they got him, they extended him for a team-friendly contract, a very common thing the Braves do. They signed him to a Ron Strider's deal at 6 years and $73 million. Moving on to first base, they replaced Braves legend Freddie Freeman in a big way, trading for Matt Olson, also from the A's. Just like Murphy, they extended him immediately too, but his contract was a whole lot bigger than Murphy's and more expensive. At 8 years, $168 million, although Olson is proving he earned it with the new shift rules this year. He's been insane. Moving over to second base is Ozzie Albies. He has been dealing with some injuries lately, but they extended him in 2019, and he is still signed through 2028, making only about $5 million per year, which is insanely cheap for the kind of caliber second baseman Albies is. Once again, this deal is just an absolute steal, and shortstop is probably a position that the Braves and Alex Anthopoulos, I might have botched that name, wanted Dansby Swanson for. Swanson departed in free agency for the Cubs, but he will most likely be replaced by Vaughn Grissom or, like I said, Orlando Arcia in the future. At third base, they have Austin Riley, who has been the longest and most expensive deal that they have given out more recently. Riley got a massive 10-year, $212 million deal, and the best part is the star player only makes $21.2 million per year on average, which is pretty cheap for a guy at the caliber of Riley. After this, we move on to DH, which is really no team pays a ton of money for just a DH. He should probably be playing in the field if they're going to pay him, and the Braves are in that boat. Moving on to the outfield, left field is also kind of open, but the next 2 spots are locked down. In center is Michael Harris, who only makes $9 million per year on average. Harris is a generational talent and was signed in his rookie year and signed through 2033. Next up is Ronald Acuna Jr. in right field, and he was signed at around the same time as Albies. This was another steal for the Braves, getting him at 8 years and $100 million. In conclusion, the Braves GM has built an absolute super team without spending as much money as the regular super team, like the 2021 Dodgers at $288 million or the 2023 Mets at $344 would be spending. Anthopoulos, once again, might have botched that name, is a genius, and his Braves clock in at $201 million. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. I don't know. I did that in a really bad order. Subscribe to me on Patreon. Once again, sorry that this was a bit of a shorter video. We're going to be coming out with more content, daily uploads. This would be day 7 or 8. I'm not sure if this is going up Sunday or Monday. It's going up one of the two for sure. But I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.